Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam. Today I'm going to be showing you guys what is in my bag, or should I say bags? The bag situation changes kind of a lot. It depends on where I'm going, what I'm doing. I want to show you guys two different options for this because one is so much smaller than the other that like there's no way I could keep the same amount of stuff in there. I wanted to give you guys a look at what I would bring going to work, going to a coffee shop, that kind of thing, and then something different where if I'm going out, going to dinner, etc. If you guys enjoy this type of content and want to see more of me, do not forget to subscribe down below and follow my Instagram and TikTok. Both are samantha.hope. There will be a shorter form version of this video on my Instagram and TikTok, so if you guys want to see that, I will do that one as well. All right, let's not take too long on the introduction. Let's actually get into the contents of the bag because I fear this might be a long video. Let's get started. We're gonna get into the bigger bag first. Let's first get into the bigger bag. Something I enjoy about this bag is truly just the size and the way it lays. It's far more relaxed. Full disclosure, this bag is not real. The other one is, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but this one is not a real bag. So I'm not as afraid to like bring it places, get it a little bit dirty, that kind of thing, but I will say it has held up really, really well. This is no statement on like dupe culture or anything. Do what you want with your money, but I have really enjoyed this bag so far, and I honestly just didn't have the budget to buy this. So yeah, I think you guys get what I mean. Let's get into what is in it. Okay, so the reality is if I am bringing this bag, there is a reason for it, and that is simply the space and the need for it. So anytime I bring this bag out, 9 times out of 10, it is because I am going to do work. So that would either mean something like going to an office, or it would be like going to a coffee shop to do work, just like on my own. This fits a lot. It works out. My laptop is not in the laptop case, but when it is, it gets a little bit more rigid and structured, but it fits very well. I have a smaller laptop, so something to keep in mind. But yeah, let's get into it. I get a lot of questions actually about where this is from. I got this at Urban Outfitters, but it is the Bagoo brand. It literally just has smiley faces. Anyone who knows me knows like I am just very obsessed with smiley faces. So this made a lot of sense for me to get. I am always afraid that like something is gonna happen to my laptop. I'm so scared. So if I'm traveling, if I'm bringing my laptop literally anywhere, it is in this. I like this because the color is so bright. So like if my laptop is going anywhere, I'm seeing it. Like I love this thing. Also very cushy. Like there's a lot of padding to it. Love this, highly recommend. I will have this linked down below if you guys want to get one for yourselves as well. Next item. This is my glasses case. This one is actually Miu brand. And I am obsessed with these glasses. I literally wear them all the time. If I'm not filming, I'm probably wearing them. It's that they are rarely in this case, but I like to bring it with me because if I take my glasses off, I need to know where they went. It's also good if I have sunglasses on and then switch into these. I can just throw the sunglasses in there so I don't scratch the screen lens. These are dirty right now. They're kind of low-key always dirty if I'm being honest, but these are my glasses. For anyone who hasn't seen me wearing them, you probably haven't because I don't wear them when I'm film because you can see the light. Half the time they are also on my head like that. Who knows? Love these. Don't always need them, but if I'm driving, going anywhere, trying to see something far away, I'm wearing these. We don't need to get too into the details of this because it's not that interesting. It's literally just my wallet. I have my cards in here, my ID, some cash, nothing crazy. I am really honestly bad about carrying cash, so I usually only have like $5, but it's still good to have. If you're someone who honestly low-key hates carrying a bag or a purse of any kind, I would always recommend just like a very small low-key wallet like this, because then you're able to still just like put it in your back pocket, bring it with you places. You're never forgetting it. I had a very bad habit for a very long time where I would not bring my wallet anywhere because I would just use Apple Pay. And then I was like, wait, if I'm driving and I get pulled over, I would be so screwed. That's never happened, but still like I fear it. On top of that, I've experienced things where I'm like, oh, I'll just pay with Apple Pay. And then they're like, oh, our Apple Pay is down. Or I like went grocery shopping, bought wine, and then they're like, we need your ID. And I'm like, oh, don't have that. Some of this is surprising for me because I haven't really looked in here in a minute, but I also have these sunglasses. These ones are just from Urban Outfitters. Nothing crazy, but they're cute. And again, half the time I'm wearing them like this, but I always like to keep some form of sunglasses with me, even during the winter, honestly, because snow is brighter than people act like it is, okay? I sometimes get crazy looks if I'm wearing sunglasses in the winter, and I'm like, I feel like it actually low-key makes more sense to wear sunglasses in the winter than it does in the summer, but I think I'm alone on that one. I also keep my little ear pod. Why does that sound wrong? I feel like I just said it weird and so now it just sounds wrong. But I keep my ear pods in here. I have the overhead one, the AirPod Pro whatever. I don't know. I like those a lot. I also like that people can tell that you're like listening to something. So that way like people don't say my name and then I am ignoring them, but I'm actually not. I like those a lot, but I like to keep these with me just for any type of like situation where I don't want to bring giant ones with me. These are just good to have, especially if you're like, I don't know, taking like transport or something like that. Like I feel like they're a little bit more low-key and I enjoy these. These usually always live in my big bag until I have to charge them and then I get sad when I go to use them and they're dead. So, you know, final item in my big bag is not really the final item because it is another bag inside the big bag. This specific bag does not come with me everywhere, but the contents of this bag are typically what I transfer over to my smaller bag. Before we get into the contents of here, let's talk about my little bag. I think this is the most stunning thing I own. This is like the first designer item I've ever owned in my life. I didn't buy it. It was a gift. It was an incredibly kind gift and I'm obsessed. Sometimes I get like so scared to wear it just because I'm scared I'll like damage it or something. I just think it's very pretty. Absolutely gorge. Mwah. Love her. The thing about this bag though is it's super, super tiny. So even when I open it up, you can just kind of see like it doesn't fit a ton. So it's really necessities only with this one. I also like to do the double chain and like make it a little bit shorter. I think that looks super cute. Literally obsessed with this thing. I think it's so stunning. When I am not using this though, this lives in its box. Okay, like this is immediately going right back into the box came in because I get so nervous about this bag. I will mention what contents from this bag go into that bag once we get there. This is like a dumping ground truly, so prepare yourself, but these are products that I love so much. The fact that I'm willing to bring them with me. Some of these are doubles that I've been willing to buy just so I always have them with me. Okay, first item is super obvious. I just have a charger. I always have some form of charger with me. I rarely ever have the charging box, but the idea is that at least I have something to get me started. Honestly, kind of a terrible idea. I've been in places where I'm like, I literally can't plug this in anywhere, but anytime where I feel like I really need something like this, I typically have my laptop, so I'm able to just plug it into my laptop and charge it. In general, just a good item to have. I would recommend bringing one of the boxes with you, but I don't know. For me, those are like a hard thing to come by. Those are a real commodity in my house, so yeah. This is so random and I 1000% put this in here after a flight and then just never took it out. But it is like the Southwest snack mix. I have no idea how old these are. They probably aren't good anymore, but I like the snack mix. It's good if I'm just like, oh, I'm so hungry and I need a snack right now and like this is the only option. Perfect for that. Haven't ran into that issue, but it is good to have just like a little snacky with you. Again, like I said, some of these things are gonna be so random. I have this little case that I had zip stickers come in. While Starface is not personally my favorite brand of zip sticker, although they're very cute, I like this little carrying case because I just put like any type of little medication I need in it. So right now it literally just has a single ibuprofen. That is not helpful to anyone ever. So good reminder that I need to refill this, but I like having this just in case. When I was in my corporate girly days, like I would put like my Adderall in here because half the time I'd forget to take it in the morning and then I'd get to work and I'm like, oh my God, I can't be productive today. Like there's nothing I can do. Like my ADHD is going to consume me. But then this has been very helpful. It's just like, oh hey, it's actually in here. Reminder. Hot take, maybe don't do that because I think like you could get into like a sketchy situation, especially with something like Adderall. I don't know, but be careful if you're doing it. Just be mindful of like what you're putting in there. But I just think it's a cute little way of keeping your pills in there and just fun. Not medical advice, do what you want. I put this in here during the summer and then I never took it out, but that's not a bad thing. This is just the vacation brand Super Spritz. I've never actually read the name of it, but this is just a spray sunscreen. So I'll show you like that. It's really good to have just in case you forget to put on sunscreen. I don't think it is like 1000% the best at protecting you from the sun, but it is really good to have. I especially like this if I'm somewhere and I'm out and then I'm like, oh my God, I put sunscreen on everywhere, but I forgot my hairline. That happens to me all the time. The amount of scalp burns I've gotten in my life. So this is my favorite for that because then I'll just spray it down my hairline and I love. These are kind of gross because again, like I really just went for whatever was in it organically, but I have these two hairbrushes. One's a comb and then one's just a brush. And they have hair all over them, which is so nasty, but clearly they do their job. So they're well loved, they're well used. This is again from my corporate girly days. There would be mornings where I shared a bathroom with multiple people, and if we're all getting ready at the same time in the morning, there is a reality where someone might be showering, someone might be in the bathroom longer than I anticipated, and I don't have a chance stick it in there and brush my teeth. So it is so good to have a toothbrush with you. I also usually have toothpaste, but I recently ran out, so I didn't replace it, but I need to. I love having this with me. It is just a need. It's a need. It's also really good. I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but whenever I drink coffee, sometimes I just like hate the way my like mouth feels after drinking it. So this helps me a little bit as well. This one is just so real, but like I always have deodorant and I always have the real like full size one with me. This will not be transferred over to my little bag, but honestly, this is like one of those things where I would recommend everyone just like commit to it, get an additional deodorant stick and just keep it in there. There is nothing you can truly do if you forget deodorant and you're like, I am sweating. It is the worst feeling. You're paranoid about it the entire day. Just have an extra on you. That way you're not thinking about it. You're not worried about it. And if there's a situation where you put it on in the morning, but you just need to reapply, it's not a big deal. Just do it. Highly, highly recommend. I have like 1,001 hair accessories. I have so many different options for myself, like truly. I also have a bunch of those like little ones crawling around at the bottom, but I always have something like this in my bag. I get so annoyed if my hair is down and I just like can't handle it being down anymore, so I keep this with me. Another thing I like to keep with me is nail glue. I wear press-ons a lot, so they're often falling off, and sometimes you're in a pinch. I like having it with me just in case. Obviously make sure it's super sealed, especially if you're like wearing a very nice bag. That's why I keep everything in like this type of pouch, that way it can get dirty and it's fine. I also like to keep some type of hand cream with me. Again, like I'm trying to plan out for like a whole day somewhere typically if I'm taking a bigger bag, so there's a reality where my hands might be dry and I just like to use this any chance I get. The smell of this, it's divine. It's so good. This is one of those items where I'm like, I love to splurge on it. It's expensive, but I love. I also keep a few makeup items in here. So a lot of these are things that I repurchased or just bought because I like them and I use them typically every single day. But this is Bye Bye Under Eye. I love this. I usually always have a shade that's a little bit too light for me because I feel like it's better to have a shade that's too light rather than one that's like going to look too dark on you. It's kind of funny because this is actually perfect for me in the winter. I don't tend to bring this with me as much during the summertime just because my skin tends to be better, but if I'm dealing with a zit or anything like this, this is for sure coming with me. I love this stuff. I have a mini mascara. I'm gonna be so real. I don't actually think I've ever used this. It's probably like dried up and crumbly at this point, but it is good to have just in case. I'm sure I got this in like a little birthday present from Sephora and like probably have never used it, but it's good to have. There have been times where I've left the house and I've looked at myself and I'm like, I literally forgot to put on mascara. Like I did everything else but forgot mascara. So that would be good in an instant like that, but I don't know. I really like can't remember a time I've actually used this, to be honest. I keep this with me like all of the time. This is one of the items that gets transferred over when I do a smaller bag. This is Pillow Talk. It's a mini shade and it's honestly, it's stunning. I'll do a little swatch, a little beauty guru moment, but I love it. I think it's such a pretty shade, but what I really like about it is I feel like it's pretty versatile. So if I want to retouch my blush is like one of those things that always just for whatever reason, I put it on in the morning and then by the time I step outside, it's gone. It's like I didn't even do it. So this is really good for that. It's also like creamy enough to blend out like that. So I can use it as blush. I can just use it in a general sense. So like I can use it on my cheeks. I can even like put it in my eyes, not in, but like my eyelids. And then I can use this obviously on my lips as well. I love this stuff. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I like to keep a little form of perfume with me. So sometimes it is like a sample size. Sometimes it's this. This is just a pheromone perfume. I actually think I got this off like TikTok shop. It smells good, but like again, it's pheromone. So like I think the scent changes depending on who's wearing it. I've gotten a lot of compliments whenever I wear this. It's not my favorite scent, but I do like it and it does smell good. I also like having something like this because it's not such a strong scent that like it's too overpowering. But on top of that, anytime someone's like, hey, do you happen to have any perfume or something that I can borrow? This is a really good universal item. So do like this as well. I tend to keep mints in any type of bag that I'm wearing. Same with like sometimes gum, but I think these are better because they're just so small and like I could just bring them with me and they're prepackaged. I always just have these. They're so good to have. Again, if I like have been drinking coffee, it's so nice to have something to like clear that coffee taste out. So really like these. Now I have my 3 lip products. So this is going to surprise some people. Okay, I love this one. This is Sun Bum. This has SPF in it. This is my go-to during the summer all of the time. First of all, it smells and tastes amazing. So good. It smells like banana and it's amazing. I love this stuff. But every one of their flavors is really good. I got like a 3-pack, I think. I like this for the SPF. I like it because it's like really kind of oily, but in a good way. Like it's very smooth on the lips. It doesn't feel heavy. This is perfect for the sun. Do not use this in the sun. This is so bad for you to use in the sun. I like Aquaphor. I think it's a super versatile product, so I will bring this with me during the winter especially. I feel like my skin is always dry, my lips especially, so this is perfect for that. But I also like to use it, I don't know, if I feel like I need to retouch my brows, I can use it a little bit in there as well. I can never say enough good things about Aquaphor. I love this stuff, but it is actually not my favorite lip moisturizer. I cannot believe I'm like giving this secret away. This is like my absolute favorite product in the entire world. I feel like I've wanted to gatekeep this for so long, but I'm obsessed. I get this on Amazon. I will link this down below. Guys, I love this stuff more than anything. It's so good. I got this once in like an Ipsy box, and ever since then I have been actually obsessed with it. Are you ready? It is the Dr. Lip Nipple Balm. That sounds crazy, but it is so good. So I think it is meant for people who are like, they're breastfeeding or something and like their nipples chafe. Sounds TMI, but it is a reality of, you know, people feeding their kids. So while I have not ever done that, I don't plan on doing any of that for a while. It sounds scary to me, but it is a very good product because of where it's meant to be used. However, you can absolutely use it on other parts of your body as well. What I love about this is, first of all, the application. It's way better than Aquaphor, and I love Aquaphor, so like this is not dunking on Aquaphor, but like it's just better for your lips, like in terms of the way you apply it. It's also so thick, like I have to try to squeeze it out. Like, and granted, I've really used this poor thing up. I will get the last drop out of this thing too. Like I am committed. It is a little bit more expensive than something like Aquaphor, but it is so good. Okay, so you can kind of see, and it's just so like tacky almost. Like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this stuff. It works so well. I feel like if I put this on like really chapped lips by the next morning, they will not be chapped. Like, it's so good. It also looks really pretty, if I'm being honest. Like, it looks so glossy. It also isn't sticky. Like, it's just so good. Like, it is my favorite thing in the world. I'm obsessed with this. It's like my go-to gift for anyone. Anyone in my family like probably knows that this is gonna be something that they get from me for Christmas. Love this stuff. Because space is limited in this bag, here is what I would bring with. These are my top items, but they're also items that I'm like, I feel like I can't live without. But these are also items that I'm like, they have a large use case. So this is coming with me, Avi. Love that stuff. My wallet will go in here as well. And then half the time I will bring my glasses. Sometimes I'll just put it straight in here. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but honestly, it's kind of hard to fit like this in. It will fit, but like it kind of like, it makes it look really bulky, and that's not my favorite look. I feel like I like to have my glasses, especially if it's nighttime. And so I tend to just bring them with just in case. I'm typically using this bag at night. So like 9 times out of 10, they're coming with me. I then like to keep at least 1 mint with me, and then my little Charlotte Tilbury. And then for good measure, just in case, I like to keep a comb in here as well, and it will fit. I probably wouldn't have put it in that order. The comb would probably be at the bottom of the bag, but this would be a pretty full bag. Close it up. I feel like I have everything I need for the night in here. Guys, like I love this thing. It's so gorgeous. Something I will say, with the current products that are in the bag, I could not fit my phone in here. So what I would realistically do if I did want to be able to fit my phone here, the comb would come out, the lippy would come out, and the glasses would come out, and then I could put my phone in here. But again, it's kind of like a tighter squeeze, so then it would be able to close. I do try and keep this in there, but if it won't fit, it's okay, I'll survive. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I have been so obsessed with watching these lately. I just love to know what other people like to bring with them. Let me know if there have been any items that you guys saw in this video that you're like, hey, I should probably put that in my bag. Or honestly, if you just enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and follow me on my other social media. They are samantha.hope on Instagram and TikTok. I also have my Pinterest link down below, my LTK, Amazon, all that fun stuff that you guys love to hear about. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Why did I say it like that? Bye.